Welcome to the Comets and Ferris High School Sports Show. I'm Jeff DiVeronica along with Steve Bradley here talking Rush-Henrietta girls lacrosse. It's got to be, based on when we record this, the best start in school history. 11 games, 11 wins. Joining us on our specialty Skype hotline, Steve, Coach Jim DeWald, and also Megan Schillinger, Avery Roberts, and Allie Garrett, the leaders of this team. It's a really deep team, actually. And Steve, they got a great schedule of matches coming up, or games coming up here. People will watch this after they've played Pittsford, which we'll talk about the history of that rivalry in a minute. And then coming up next Monday and Tuesday, or Monday, and then Coach, when's the Victor game? Wednesday. Canandaigua and Victor. Steve, that's quite a gauntlet, isn't it?
It is, and I think when we transition into the question part of it, I would think it's a great thing for this team to be playing such high-quality opponents heading into sectionals, because it will give them a great read of where they stand. Canandaigua and Victor played earlier this week, both very highly nationally ranked. Canandaigua with a 6-2 win. So that's going to be a great test, and both of those teams are in Class B. So it's kind of a win-win, I would think, for Rush-Henrietta, because they won't have to see him again, and it could pinpoint some areas for improvement.
Coach, let's talk about the season so far. What have you liked? Obviously, you lost one of your big-time talents, Rhea Davis. She's at UConn, but obviously you haven't skipped a beat. Your girls are playing great. Tell us about what you've been impressed about with the start so far.
Well, I mean, we lost, a really good senior group last year. All of them went on to play college lacrosse from last year. And they had been 3- and 4-year starters for us. So when they left, we kind of had to shift focus, and we have a small senior class this year, but they've been wonderful. They've led by example. They've worked really hard. They've bought into what is a true team, and they've helped the younger players. And as a team, we've worked really, really hard, and we keep improving, and that's what we've been asking of them.
Megan, this team has knocked on the door the last 2 seasons and come so agonizingly close. How motivated are you and this group to hold that trophy in about 3-4 weeks?
We're definitely motivated by that. I mean, you can ask the girls right there. I mean, Megan and Allie are both 4-year varsity players. Avery is in her 3rd year at varsity now, and that's a goal. It's always going to be a goal. It would be unrealistic to tell you that that's not our goal, but we understand that we have to just keep building. We have to keep getting better, and there's no days off. You just got to work hard.
Megan, maybe just build on what Coach just said about how motivated and what you did in the off season to be as prepared and ready to do that this season.
As a team, we've been through it all these years, and we're hungry. I mean, we want it. We know what we have to do. We've taken what we've learned, and each to try and get better. So,
Allie, let me ask you this question. You had some quality wins this year already, 8-7 over West Genesee in overtime. That's a game you trailed 4-2 at halftime. Ended up being Katarina Rowe had Katrina, I beg your pardon, 4 goals. Allie Garrett, she had 3 goals, and Lena, you had a goal and an assist. I beg your pardon, Allie, what changed at halftime for this group? And how much confidence did you to beat a team like that?
We just didn't want to lose. Like, we were undefeated at that point. And as a team, we got together at halftime, and we knew what we had to do. And we knew then the first half, the mistakes that we made, we just knew what we had to build off of that into the second half. And then we just took everything from the first half, fixed our mistakes, and then we ended up with the win. Like, it's all a team effort.
So, Avery, what did you have to do? What did you do better in the second half?
We won our draw for the start, and then we were just taking our time on offense and having the best shot. And then for defense, just pressuring out and stopping the ball. And Angelina made good saves, and it just kind of compacted from there.
Jim,
Angelina O'Shali. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
All right, Angelina. Steve, go ahead.
Sure, Jim. We mentioned it at the top, the schedule next week with Victor and Canandaigua. Was that something that the schedule came out that way, or is that something that's planned? And what do you hope to accomplish and find out about your team with those couple of games?
the schedule came out that way. But we just want, we talk with the girls about the next game is our biggest game and being prepared for that, not overlooking any team. And I think we've done a pretty good job of that. We set goals for ourselves each game. We want make on draw controls. We want to be over 50% on draw controls. That's a goal for us each game. Offensively, we want to make sure that we're getting assisted goals, that we're working as a group. We're looking for the best shot, not just one person's shot. Defensively, trying to make sure that we are constantly talking, communicating, and building, and basically trying to shut down other teams' offenses. And those little goals, I think, have been good motivation for the girls because they know this game. They play lacrosse a lot. Now it's okay. Let's try to fine tune and become the best team we can be.
This has been the runner-up program in Section 5, Class A, the last 2 years, going back to 2019, a 4-overtime loss to Pittsford, and then a 1-goal loss last spring to Pittsford. I want to talk about that motivation after we take a break. We'll tell you about some of the statistical leaders for the Rush-Henrietta Royal Comets and how Coach DeWald, you've really built kind of a perennial contender, which I never could have said certainly a decade ago. Rush-Henrietta was not that. So as we head into break, I want to tell you one of our great sponsors. It's Bath Fitter. There's a reason Bath Fitter is one of the top grossing outfits in the country. It's because they do great work. And the Rochester crew is known nationally as being one of the best. You see the number on the screen right there. They can remake your bathroom in one day. They can take some time too, but ask them about financing options, and please tell the good folks at Bath Fitter you heard about it right here on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show. We'll take a break, come back with part 2 with Rush-Henrietta Girls Lacrosse right here on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show.
There's a path to success full of challenges, rewards, inspiration, and strength. A strength that only the U.S. Army Reserve can give you. The skills and experiences you'll get will give you an advantage in your civilian life. Stay close to home, train to develop your strengths, and get on a path to success. Find out more at goarmy.com/reserve.
For more information, contact Syracuse Army Recruiting Center, 315-449-2830. There's strong. Then there's Army Strong, paid for by the U.S. Army.
Whether you come here as a 6th grader or a 9th grader, you have to spend your 4, 5, 6 years here and just get involved in so many different things. And then you're going to go out and set fire on the earth. When you get through McQuaid Jesuit, you're not going to fail when you get out in the world.
Tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. 30 years across the country they've been doing this stuff. 20 plus years in Rochester. You don't have that kind of longevity without treating your customers right, doing great quality work. Please check them out online, bathfitter.com. Call the local office at 617-0007. It's Bath Fitter Rochester. Don't be a DIY diva and try to do it yourself. Don't screw it up. Let the pros do it. Remodel with confidence. Remodel with Bath Fitter. And please tell them you heard about it right here from Jeff DiVeronica on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show. We're brought to you by Salvador's Pizza.
There are plenty of professional sports teams in Rochester, but there's also a lot of great high school sports action in each town in our area. When's the last time you checked out a high school game? Section 5 sports are about more than just wins and losses. They're about teaching teamwork, dedication, and discipline. So support the kids who play for your school. Get out and watch a high school game today. For more information, including schedules, rosters, and stats, visit section5.org. That's sectionv.org. Brought to you by the Monroe County League and Section 5.
In doing the work you do, if you're hurt, we'll help you through.
Don't be fooled. Video hearings are as critical as appearing in person.
Make sure your rights are protected.
Your employer has trained specialists on their side.
And the judges work for New York State.
The only person on your side
is the attorney at your side.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
Local McDonald's operators care about our local schools, teams, and student athletes. That's why they support the return of high school athletics in the Rochester area and around the state. See you before or after the big game at McDonald's. Welcome back, Section 5. Game on!
Welcome back to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show. Jeff DiVeronica and Steve Bradley talking with the Rush-Henrietta girls lacrosse team, at least part of the team. Coach Jim DeWald here. And Jim, I mentioned before the break that this has become really a perennial contender. What did you do to kind of set this standard so high? This wasn't the case 10, 11 years ago, Rush-Henrietta. They're more of a doormat in Class A. But what have you done to build this program?
I just try to, first off, we have great families, great, athletes to work with, and that is a huge thing right there. The community is definitely, helped and jumped in and supported. So that's it right there for a lot of it. But for us, it's by building the team, we're looking for these girls. We play a lot, we practice a lot, and it's a good portion of the year that the kids are dedicating their time to come in to work with each other. We're a big believer in, we varsity, JV, we kind of put them together and kind of build unity. I think one really cool thing that we did it last weekend. We do a big sister program with our youth. So our varsity team is teamed up with one of our youth teams, our JV teams teamed up with, and so forth. And you make signs, you go out, you support them. Varsity girls are at a youth game. Youth kids are at the varsity games. They're meeting, they're interacting. And, it's just by all the hard work of these older varsity girls and all the time they put in and the outcomes that we're getting, it's trickling down. And I think that's helping to build the culture that we're looking for. And I just think the hard work of these varsity girls and the time and the effort they put in, it's paying off big dividends for us.
So, Allie, Coach just talked about culture and the Big Sister, Little Sister program. Were you ever a little sister? And if so, what's it like to be a big sister now? Or if you didn't have that when you were coming up, what's it like to have all these younger kids in the program who are the future, looking up to you and supporting you, and you in turn supporting them?
So my first year on varsity, my older sister, she is at Towson right now playing. She was on the team. So that was a really good experience because I had someone to look up to and someone to, I was comfortable with, but they could also push me at the same time. And now this year, it's flipped. Now my little sister's team, and I can be that good role model for not only her, but all the other younger girls on the team. So it's just, it's fun being the leader, and it's fun being there for the younger kids, but also having fun at the same time.
Steve, let me run down some of the statistical leaders, if I can say that properly. Statistical. Allie Garrett, as we record this, you are the top goal scorer on the team, and unless somebody goes nuts here, you got 15 more goals than Lena Cox. You have 38 goals, 12 assists. Lena Cox, a junior attack, has 23 and 5. Kate DeWald, 19 and 15. That's an interesting last name. I'm assuming that's your daughter, Coach?
It is, yep.
Okay. Katrina Rowe, 18 and 8. Danielle Garrett, 16 and 8, just a freshman. That's Allie's sister. And then Megan Schillinger, 12 goals, 7 assists. Let's go back, Megan, to last spring. You had revenge on your side. You're playing against Pittsford, perennial power, and they got you again by 1 goal. It was 4 overtimes 2 years before. You didn't have a COVID year in 2020. How much does that grind at you girls that they got you again? And how much does it motivate you?
It's frustrating, but it also shows we know what we have to do to win, and we've been in that situation. So, I want to beat them. I'm ready, but we played them. We just take what we know and we just go from there,
Avery, how about you? What's it going to take for this team to accomplish its goals? What are you going to need to do in these last few weeks?
Work on all of our struggles that we've had, and just the things that in our games, I mean, no, like the things in the games that we've been struggling in, like we're just going to work on that to have no mistakes in the sectional game or even tomorrow in the game and just to win.
So, yeah, she referenced the game. You folks will be watching this after they've played Pittsford in the regular season. Coach, I'll ask you this. The big moments of a game like that against Pittsford, what did they do so well that your girls need to do better?
Well, for one, I mean, Pittsburgh's very well coached. You know, they're ready for any situation that typically is put in front of them. So their defense is very strong. They'll slow teams down. They'll possess the ball on offense. They will take very good shots, and they have Grace in goal, which is she's good. So we're gonna have to play. We feel that we have girls on our team that can handle the ball on offense. We feel we have good speed at midfield, and we feel we're very athletic on the defensive end. So I think it's going to be a very good game. I think it's going to be where, two very talented teams competing for this win. So,
Jim, Jeff and I, we've had over the years the great opportunity to talk to a lot of coaches to coach their sons or daughters, and just wondering what it's like for you, because that dad hat and the coach hat, that's sometimes a tricky balance, and just the relationship, a lot of times people say it brings them closer to their child too. So what's it like coaching Kate?
It's great. I mean, it's an opportunity that I enjoy it. I don't know if Kate always enjoys it all the time, but it's she is a player on the team, and she's coached like every other player on that team, and it's fun. But I enjoy every player on our team. So, but having Kate on there, she's done her job this year. We asked her, we moved her to attack this year. She played midfield last year. We moved her to attack. She's doing a good job. She's doing what we're asking of her, and she's improving. So, it's a good thing.
Avery, I know you've got a year left, but you may have committed, because girls commit sometimes when they're like 8th grade for college. But Avery, do you know where you're going to college at?
Yes, North Carolina.
Oh, not bad. Not a little program. Not a bad program there in Chapel Hill.
How about you, Megan? TV last week.
What's that? Sorry.
Megan, do you know where you're going to school?
Oh yeah, I'm going to St. Bonaventure.
Okay, and how about our last one here?
I'm going to Youngstown State University.
Youngstown State, the Penguins, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, congratulations on that. Coach, real quick, could you give us a little breakdown of the strengths of these girls we're looking at on our screen here as young women, I guess, and as also lacrosse players? Yeah,
so Megan is one of our midfielders. She takes the draws for us. She's doing an excellent job on it this year. She hard worker, and she's really anchoring down our first midfield group. Avery is with Megan on the first line midfield, doing a great job for us this year. She has outstanding speed, a great finishing shot. She plays very active on defense, so she's doing a good job for us there. Allie's really taken a good role in our offense this year as an attack. She's been very active. She has 50 points on the season, but the one that we talk about all the time is she's getting the goals, she's getting great looks, and she's finishing her looks, but she's also looking to her teammate for that pass. And we talk about a point to point. And if you're the best shot, take the shot. If your teammate's the best shot, make sure the ball gets to that girl. And I think she's done a wonderful job for us on that end this year.
Megan, Coach mentioned draw controls, and he said 50%. If you're the main draw control person, I imagine that your goal is to be even better than that. But what are some of the keys to success on that draw control? Because we all know how important possession is in lacrosse.
Yep, just being confident in yourself, trusting your teammates, and adjustments. You constantly have to adjust to what your other person you're going against is doing, and just stay calm. Every draw control is new. Every draw is a new draw. So, yep.
Avery, how great would it be to send out this senior class with a title?
Amazing, because this is how we felt like last year. So then it's just going to be 2 times the feeling for this year.
Well, I can tell you from covering girls lacrosse around here, Steve, and you know this too. It takes a while sometimes to break through and get that first one. I know it took a while for HFL to kind of finally break through, and now look, they've won like 12 in a row now, so or 9 in a row, I believe. But anyway, well, we wish you the best of luck moving forward. No offense to Coach Lopez and the girls at Pittsford, but it's always good to see new teams rise up, and certainly Rush-Henrietta has put itself right in the conversation. This would be technically a 4th straight year. So good luck, ladies. Steve, anything else you want to offer to the girls?
No, it's been a great start to the season, and it'll be fun to watch coming down the stretch. You were at that point in the school year where there's less than 30 days left, and every day is important. So go out and enjoy it and leave your best on the field.
Thank you, girls, and thank you, Coach DeWald. We appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching us right here on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show on Rock Sports Now.